Afternoon to all of you. I would like to welcome you all in our afternoon session, which we do it on every Saturday, where we bring you a lot of news, views, our opinion, as well as the latest update about the real estate market. Today, we are going to talk an interesting topic about a real estate career. This is a very common thought process in our life. Wherever we reach, we think this is the best we can do. But did you ever thought about it? If in case you have the right guidance, you have the right mentorship, you could have done a little bit better than what you are doing today. Many times, this is what my personal observation is, and of course, I'm not stating that uh, I know everything or my observation might be right, but I'm just sharing my experience with all of you, especially in the real estate field. I have seen people who reached at the peak of their potential, but unfortunately, because of the lack of the guidance, because of lack of mentorship, they could not think of their own better potential. And when I'm stating that thing, I'm not stating just from nowhere. This is a personal experience because I have mentored many of those individuals who were thinking that they are at the best, they are at the peak of their life. And you know what? They are really, really a good success. But when I sat with them, I realized their potential and I guided them few of the things which they could have done better. And shockingly, surprisingly, and I would say it was a great happiness for me when I saw they have become better than what they were doing before. And the growth was exponential. On the other side, there's another side of this story as well. Uh, there are many people who come to me and ask me for the mentorship, ask me for the right guidance. But when you tell them what to do, they will always bring ifs and buts into that. And they will say, no, 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 I'm not going to do this. And I always tell them, okay, if you know it, then do it. Why are you even asking? But unfortunately, they don't even know what they have to do. Um, I had a I had an amazing incident which happened which I witnessed last week. It's a very interesting little small story for my son Krish, who is 6 year old, and he's turning 7 very soon. So I was looking for a coach for him for his tennis classes. So for his first tennis class, when coach met him, and Krish, who is a very confident, I would say overconfident guy, he went and tried to shake hand with him. And his coach called him and he said, come here, listen to me. I am your teacher. I'm here to teach you tennis. And the first thing you have to learn, you have to listen to me. If you can't listen to me, I can't teach you tennis. And I was realizing that is so true. If we have to learn something from somebody, we have to make sure we listen to that person. We better listen to that person. So when I say that, I mean to say, if it is about real estate, maybe I can guide you better. But if it is about something else where you have an expertise, you have a better understanding, maybe you can do it better. But there's a criteria, there's a way how you can identify that to whom you have to listen. So how do I do it in my life, especially when it comes to my professional life or related to business? I always look towards those people who have done better than me, who have established a bigger and better business than me. And I think This is what is very, very meaningful in life, guys. But this is a very unfortunate part that most of the time, people, when they get a little success, they get overheated. They start thinking, oh wow, I am the one who did everything. That is not the case. Guys, there's a big power in the unity, there's a big power in the team. And if somebody understands the value, if somebody understands the dynamics of the team, I think either it is a personal life or it's a professional life, wonders can be done. So that particular incident which happened with in between Krish and his coach really gave me a great learning of my life that if you have to learn from somebody, you better listen to them. If you don't listen to them, don't even bother them and don't even bother yourself. Go and do your own stuff because you are not going to become better. You are not going to make yourself a better person by not listening to the person to whom towards you are looking for a mentorship. If you have ifs and buts into that, it is not going to work for you. So in real estate field, it works a lot. Uh, I see a lot of people in my surrounding who really have a keen interest in learning. And I'm so impressed with their dedication, with their learning ability. They simply wants to learn and follow the path which has been showed by the mentors. And I can see their success is incredible. So either it is any other field, I'm pretty sure it might the same concepts might apply there, but I can for sure tell you in real estate industry, and this is what is our topic of discussion today: your future as a realtor. So I'm gonna put some real life examples in front of you, and it's gonna give you a thought provoking process for you to learn and understand your success in a different perspective. Before we go into that discussion, let's welcome Mr. Kamal Tomal, who is franchisee, who is director of franchise operations for SaveMax. Kamal, I would like to welcome you.
Thanks, Raman. And it's really an interesting topic today. And I was really thinking that what you have been talking about it, and it's so relevant, and it's actually relevant in any phase of life. I would strongly agree to that. Maybe that small example what you gave, what happened between Krish and his coach, and but even in the daily life when you are away from your professional or maybe personal, at times you really seek a lot of guidance. You go to people and you want to learn from their experience rather than learning from the mistakes. So that's two way of learning. What I strongly believe, that either you learn from the experience of someone or you make mistakes or you learn. So it's always the choice of a person what he or she makes.
Yeah, and Kamal, it's very surprising. Like that particular example which I shared with all of our viewers today really strengthened my my thought process about something that yes, that was so relevant, that was so true. Listen, if I'm coming towards you, if I'm coming and coming to Kamal and asking Kamal, can you teach me something? And I'm not ready to listen to you. My mind is blocked, right? Then better I don't come to you, right? So sometime as a coach, as a mentor, I'll tell you another thing. I had a coach for Krish for last year too. Now Krish could not learn anything from him, to be very frank. Why? Because this coach was just making him happy. So Krish liked him a lot, because whatever Krish was saying, he was doing that. And at that time, I did not realize that that is not the right way to get the coaching. Even when this coach came and the way he was with Krish, I also felt a little awkward on the first instance. But you won't believe, after two classes, I could see Krish has become so much better on the technique. His shots has improved, and he started enjoying tennis. And it really was a very, uh, I would say, an amazing learning aspect for me. That you don't need a coach, you don't need a mentor who just try to keeps you happy, who just try to makes you happy. You need a mentor who better teach you something, who better make you learn something. Yes, you might feel a little bit bad about him. That's okay. So if learning has to be done, I think, especially in the real estate industry, you need to get ready to be pulled. You need to get ready to be pushed. You need to get ready to be stretched. And that is what is going to make us a better person. So Kamal, next time when I'm coming, because I learned so many things from you, Kamal, and I always admire you pulling me on so many things, especially on my schedule. And every time you're coming and telling me that, you know what, Raman, you have to be on time. And I know it's very important. And I appreciate those things. I don't feel bad about it that, you know what, Kamal, why are you coming and picking up those things on me? No, I think we need to learn from our surroundings. We need to learn from the people who can make us better. But there's another aspect as well. Sometimes, people just try to make that as an excuse. That I think there's a very thin line
Yeah,
in those aspects of life.
true.
Uh, Go ahead, Kamal. You want to say something onto this?
No, I just want to add that once you understand the perspective behind it, probably things become more easy. The discomfort, if you bring discomfort to the people and who initially they would say that, oh, they really want to learn, but the moment that discomfort start developing, they feel that, oh, I mean, it's really a discomfort. But if they could understand the vision behind it, probably that discomfort is also acceptable, which, as you rightly said, in real estate, not many people agree to that. Because I mean, when I talk to some of the friends who come and know about SaveMax, first thing I tell them, are you ready to come at office at 9:30? And the question comes to me is 9:30, but I think normally it is like 11:30. I said, that's the difference, what we are talking about here, because we start our day at 9:30 with maybe some meeting in the morning, maybe some hustles, maybe what's going around, just to take a feedback. So that thing starts from there. When you actually plan someone's day and he's want to come to you to learn something, and you throw a question, and that discomfort comes from there.
Yeah.
So I believe that's the way it is.
Yeah, and I think every success, every fulfillment of the dream is on the other side of the comfort.
Oh yes.
So, but Kamal, it is an amazing concept of life. Most of the time, we don't like people who take us out of our comfort zone, right?
Yeah,
Why
that's
so?
true. Yeah, yeah, that's
Why,
so
why
true.
so? Let me ask you a question.
uh, Maybe I think that uh, this shows me a gap in uh, understanding each other. That's number one. uh, Probably we start giving more emphasis to the comfort rather than discomfort, because we get so much used to, or maybe a complacency has come, that the moment other person say that, you say, oh, already I have reached this level, now what do I need to do at this, I mean, after becoming, say, anything of XYZ, do I really need to have that discomfort? I will give you your example, right? I mean, if I want to call you, Raman, that we have to meet in office at 8:30, then I don't hesitate, because I know there is a big journey. So I know Raman will understand this part, that maybe we need to steal some time, maybe early in the morning or something. But maybe if I go to someone else, if the other person don't understand that perspective and don't understand that vision, then there is a gap in it. So what I am trying to say here is, it depends a lot on the way you take those things. As someone may take it as a discomfort, but someone may take it as an opportunity. Yeah, there is an opportunity lying there.
That's great, Kamal. So we have prepared a little presentation as well to share with people, and then we will. Sachin is also waiting for us in line, so we are going to bring Sachin on board as well. But let's first start a little presentation, and after a couple of slides, we're gonna bring Sachin on board, or we should bring him before. What's your take, Kamal?
I really don't know what presentation is that, but Sachin is always welcome whenever he's
Now
ready.
let's keep him waiting today.
Okay.
Let's give him let's give him some punishment for joining late.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I know he can listen to us, but let's bring him a little bit late today.
It's a very dicey topic you have picked, Raman, because
Why? Why so? Why you're saying it's dicey topic?
because Sachin will come with a list and say, Raman, you were late this time, Let me tell you.
All right, guys. So let's talk about. I just wanted to share my life experience, my thought process, and I'll share you some interesting examples. Back in 2007, when I started my real estate career as a realtor, so I started observing the market at that time. Uh, I started as a normal realtor in 2007, and the first year has been a very fantastic journey. A lot of business was flowing in, and I was keeping myself busy. Come second year, the business was getting more busier, and I was observing in my surrounding, and I was seeing a couple of realtors who have been like a top producer in Brampton, Mississauga, and they were in the business from last 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years even. And I always kept thinking that these realtors, 20 years before, 10 years before, 30 years before, they were realtors, and today they are realtors as well. They're doing the same stuff which they were doing from last 15, 20, 30 years. And Kamal, the biggest problem of my life is I am a person who will put myself into a discomfort zone very easily. And I have to have something new in my life after every 2 years. I become very complacent doing the same thing again and again. So I need a new challenge. I need a new bug into my system which can bother me and which can make me uncomfortable. So what I observed at that time, and I think this we will cover in our next slide. So there are many people who are aspiring to become realtors, and they are thinking that how should I enter into this field? After entering into this field, this is the journey which I saw in those people come out. So let's say if somebody joins today in 2021 as a realtor, in 2031 after 10 years, he's working very good. He's doing amazing. But he's still working as a realtor. What is going to happen to that person in 2041? I promise you, he will be a realtor, but his performance is going to be at least 50% or 25% of what he was doing in his peak hours. So at that time, I observed, I started doing my analysis, and I started looking at the data and understanding. I could find a very amazing fact. And many realtors were like, who were top realtors at one point of time, and after a couple of years, they were out of markets. So I was very shocked. I said, what happened? Why this was happening to these people? Because if they were on top at one point of time, of course, they are talented. There is no second question about their talent. Then why did they started degrowing? So when I did a deep analysis to it, I could find a couple of reasons for that. The first reason is they were doing the same stuff which they were doing in the past 5 or 10 years or 20 years. It's a human nature. We become complacent of doing same thing again and again. And if there are a few of the realtors who are watching our show today, they can try to correlate that with the situation when they started their career as a brand new realtor. They were running with everybody, and they were showing the houses to everybody. Even if somebody doesn't want to buy a house, they will show them the house. But after 2 or 3 years, they become very choosy. They don't work with those people who are not 100% sure to buy the house. But did we ever think that they are potential clients as well? And they can be our business in future. So this keeps happening to us. And the complacency brings stagnation, and stagnations bring degrowth. Kamal, you also had a wonderful career back home in India, working with the good companies out there, and also like you have an you're working for last couple of years, like working as a team and doing all the new things. What's your take onto this thing?
Yeah, Raman, like I strongly believe that the monotonous routine or monotony in any job definitely brings doesn't bring the best out of you. That I strongly believe that if something new is happening or something new is added to your profile, or you start looking maybe doing something extra or different, you are always charged up. You're motivated. That I agree. And of course, like maybe 10 years or 15 years of time is really big enough, wherein you come to an stage where you start looking for, if you have ever formed your goal short term and long term, where you are standing in front of your goal. So you also want to see that part as well. Again, at times I feel that not everyone prepare their short term or long term goals, and that the stage of confusion do come after 10 or 15 years, that is it what I was looking for, or they accept it whatever it is, considering it as the goal, which actually was never prepared. So I believe that it person vary from person to person also, that some people are happy with whatever it is there in front of them, and some people are like go getter. They have their defined goal, short term and long term, and they try to achieve it. And anyone who is looking for long term definitely keep certain milestones. They keep milestones. The simple reason is that they are looking to have something new coming up, and they try to achieve those things maybe in different ways.
Yeah. Kamal, you have actually raised a very beautiful point out there, which is about the short term and long term. But before we talk about that, let's put Sachin on the spot. Like, what's Sachin's take on this?
First of all,
Sachin,
good
how are you?
afternoon, Raman, and good afternoon, Kamal.
Hi, Sachin. Good afternoon.
Uh, Sachin, before you start putting up something, I would definitely love to have some feedback from our viewers as well. What's their thought about all the discussion which we are doing, especially as a realtor? Yes, Sachin, go ahead, please.
Okay, so definitely, Raman, as Kamal was mentioning, that when we are, especially in the real estate field, when we start, the objective is to do some deals, get some success as a realtor. But sometimes we are not able to comprehend that how with the work that we are doing, how it's going to comprehend in the long term. And you rightly said that no matter what work we are doing, ultimately with time, no matter what success we get complacency. It is very difficult to do the exactly same job again and again for many, many years. So in that complacency and with the time, definitely our productivity goes down, our efficiency goes down. uh, the clients that you were like running around with the client, you don't want to go with those clients in the market. So those things happen, and that's when it is very important that you start working towards building a system, and that system can work for you for all your life. That is very, very important when we talk about the real estate. Otherwise, I have seen very successful realtors when I started maybe 10, 11 years before, which who are like, I would say, ruling the city. And today, when I talk, see in the market, they don't even are, I would say, are in considered as an average realtor. So they're within 10 years, they have gone out of the market. And this can happen to anybody. So it's
Yeah,
very, very important that we, our short term, our mid term, and our long term goals.
absolutely. Okay, so let's move further on to this. So this is one of the stage where I see. Kamal, do you know how many realtors fall into that category? How much percentage of the realtors fall into that category?
You're talking about the first one?
Yeah, the first one.
Um, mm, I would say right now, I can assume everyone who is starting their career as a realtor, they fall in this category, right?
No, I mean to say in this slide. So after 10 years, after 20 years, how many realtors, if you look at, because you meet a lot of them, and I'm pretty sure many of them, they bring their challenges and their problems and discuss with you. What is the percentage of realtors you see, like, they were realtors 10 years before, 20 years before, and today also they are doing the same thing?
Oh, okay. So if I have to talk about the with my experience of meeting, the so many realtors, I would say uh, out of them, 80 to 90% fall in this category because they when I talk to them and when I just try to figure out that what has changed, so I don't see that much of the change has come, and to some extent they agree to your part where they have started degrowing on the business, and the reasons are very different. Like maybe sometimes it's a age factor, sometimes they never planned for the things and other ways. But yeah, I mean, I would say almost 80 to 90% fall into this category.
Kamal, the reasons what you were telling me, I personally feel those are all the sorry to say, those are all the excuses. Because if age would have been a barrier, then KFC wouldn't have been in existence today. Am I
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's right.
I think you and me both know the story of the KFC owner, how old he was when he started his journey to
Oh,
build
after
a
his
first
retirement, yeah, after post,
after the retirement.
yeah, that's
Right? So that's a little funny part, but that is the fact of the life. Kamal, and another important, interesting question over there. But before that, I would say I strongly disagree with your percentage, Kamal. I think you are absolutely wrong on the percentage which you gave me. Sachin, do you want to put a number there, like how many realtors, what is the percentage of the realtors in market who fall into this first slide, where 10 years before they were realtor and even 20 years after they will be realtors?
I would say if I had to put a number, Raman, I would say around 99.4%.
Kamal, I think I so much wanted to disagree with Sachin, but I have to agree with him.
I know you're looking for reason to disagree with me.
Not really. But yeah, if there's a valid reason, then don't expect an agreement from me, Sachin.
So at least I can find a way to get, we could bring both of us on the same page.
Uh, yeah, absolutely, Sachin. And I think if there is anything which is relevant and which is a fact and figure, there's no reason of having a disagreement. But I was actually somehow thinking that I'm going to agree to everything what Kamal says today. I tried, but unfortunately, no, he failed. Or rather, I failed, I would say.
yeah, that's right.
But
Yeah,
Kamal, that is the fact that more than 99% of the realtor, and we all can see that, right?
yeah,
Even if I take the example of GTA itself, there are almost like close to 60,000 realtors on Toronto Real Estate Board, out of which 25 to 30,000 realtor doesn't do even have 5 transactions. So of course, they are not going to. They are not going to reach any level in next 5 years or 10 years until and unless they have the right platform and right mentorship to perform.
yeah.
And another interesting factor, Kamal, and I think all the realtors can ask these questions from themselves. I was meeting a couple of realtors during pandemic, and my first question to them was, "What was your best year?" And 95% of people told me their best year was 2017. And I was shocked. I was trying to understand why so. So I came to a conclusion after putting a lot of brainstorming with myself that 2017 market was like that. Everybody was a realtor. And the same thing happened in 2020 after the pandemic. Everybody is a realtor. Everybody is performing. It is not actual performance. This is just going with the fluke. And I'm not saying if somebody is performing in this market, of course they are talented. But I personally feel if I am able to go and tell people, if you ask me, Kamal, which one was your best year? I would say 2020. The second best, 2019. The third best, 2018. The fourth best, 2017. The fifth best, 2016. This should be the flow chart. That your best year should be the last year. Now, come on, let me tell you, if now the market is streamlining a little bit, all these top shot realtors, I mark my words, 80% of them gonna come back and say, you know what, 2020 was my best year. 2021 I did not perform that well, maybe. Or maybe, like, first 3 months has gone tremendous, it has gone excellent. But let the market streamline a little bit, and then we will come to know the real strength, the real performance. So my message, and I want to be very clean and clear on my message. Guys, we have to plan our career in such a way where every year we are planning to grow. Now, of course, there are so many challenges which comes in between. Now, if you just keep working like as a single realtor, I can guarantee you, you cannot consistently keep growing yourself. And I will share a real life story with all of you, my own story. If I would have been working the same way, I would have out of the market very soon. But no, I always try to find out a next level for myself and kept replacing myself with another individual so that we can take care of the business which was there, which we were leaving, and go to the next level as well. So Kamal, this is 99% of the cases. Now I will take you to another 0.9% of the cases too. So that these two are going to make 99.9%. And then I will take you to the top 1%, or rather it is not even 1%, to be very frank. It is, I think, 0.1%. So this is the 99% of the scenario, guys. This is the future of majority of the realtors. But how our future can be different? Come on, let me ask you a question. And the same question goes to Sachin. How many hours we have in a day, Kamal?
So you're asking me like how many hours I have in my day?
Absolutely.
I do have 24 hours.
You have 24 hours. Are you sure about it?
Oh, yes.
Okay. So how can you grow yourself? By having the same number of hours? What is the way you want to grow?
Raman, like there are different ways I can see myself growing. That now, one is I enhance on the work. I involve more people, and they have 24 hours as well. If I have 5 people, so I'm talking about 120 hours every day I have. So now I'm growing, like, because now I have more people, more hands, and that means we are getting more work done. That's one way of me looking at the things. Second is definitely we are working more strategically now. We are using the same time to do more productive work, because we have learned with our experience that how the things has to be done. So probably our productivity has increased a lot. Maybe now we can produce better results. That's another way I could say.
Yeah. And Kamal, I think I have got some interesting comments over here from Rishi Salwan. Rishi says good morning, or he says good afternoon. I'm not even a realtor, but have personally seen or know some realtors, 9 out of 10, who are still a realtor even after being into real estate for 10 plus years. And the best part is they still call themselves real estate gurus. Rishi, you have actually touched the pulse. And this is so hard fact that we are so self-obsessed with ourselves, including myself, Kamal. I don't take myself out of that, to be very frank. That many times we don't even realize what we are doing. Many times we don't even realize we start calling ourselves as a gurus, as in mentors. And as I said, believe me, I might be making the same mistake. I have no shame in admitting that fact. But one thing is clear in my mind, that I just know 1% of the real estate, 99% and still need to be learned. So I always seek that learning. Yes, for marketing purpose, sometimes I tell myself I'm a mentor. But believe me, I personally feel I'm a student. I'm still learning all the aspects, and maybe by end of life we have not even learned 5% of it, because there's always something new coming up into the market. So Rishi, I want to say a personal thanks to you for bringing this very important point out there, because if I would have said that point from my side, it would have been maybe a self promotion. But I think you brought such a wonderful reality, which I really personally love you for that. So thank you very much for bringing this amazing point. And I would love to hear some more viewpoints onto this, if our viewers can contribute onto this. Also, Kamal, I have some of the percentage here. Shitul said like 62% of the realtors, they were in the first category. Shitul, believe me, 99% of the people fall into that category. So I think this is something very interesting, and I don't want to go to the next step before I see some more comments. Sachin, what's your take onto that?
Again, Raman, you asked me a question that how many hours I have to, in a day to work. I would say I have got close to approximately 2,000 hours in a day to work, because in last 4 or 5 years, we have built a system wherein we have a team of approximately 80 or 90 people working with me. So whatever hours they have got, all those hours belong to me, and we all can work together and towards the productivity and increase the productivity of every individual. And that way, we are able to grow together as a realtor, as a mentor, as well as a team leader.
That will bring you to another interesting slide. So, Kamal, we talked about first level where people are just working as a realtor, and after 10 or 20 years, they are still working as a realtor. And Rishi brought in another amazing point out over there, which I personally admire. Now comes to the next level. Think about leading your own team. So, Kamal, in the blue line, somebody is working as a realtor and going as a stagnant. Now comes to the second part of it. What could be the next level?
Are you sharing a presentation?
Sorry?
Are you sharing a presentation? Like we can't see.
Can you not see that?
No.
Uh-oh. Sorry for that, Kamal. I think I need to be better trained for this. Can you see it now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Now comes the second part. Think about leading your own team. Right? But Kamal, there's a catch into this. I did not put that catch into this slide with a purpose, because I want to have a good discussion onto this. So your growth as a team leader is endless. Is that a fact? Is that the truth? And Sachin, because you have a good experience being there as a team leader, I would definitely love to have your opinion onto this. How true this statement is?
Raman, as a team lead, your growth is, I would say, not endless, because when you are building a team and you do not carry a vision to expand that team to a next level. If I'm a team leader, let me put it this way, that if I'm a team leader and I have a team of 10 or 15 people, for next 5-10 years, I can keep doing the real estate. I will remain a team leader and they will remain a team member. If I do not have the vision to make those teams who are productive or who are capable, to make them a team leader, I cannot go to a next level. I have to create a structure wherein from those team members, a team leaders can be developed and team can be further expanded. But normally what I have seen in the market is this, that all the teams I talk about, I have seen so many advertisements that, what, top team of the Canada, top team of Ontario, top team of the city, right? All those teams are been functioning for last 3, 5, 10 years with one team lead and maybe 5, 10, or 15 team members. If somebody has little bigger vision, he has expanded that team from 15 to 35 or 40. That is it. and they have been into the business for last maybe 25 to 30 years. I feel the vision is this, that whatever you have achieved, you got to pass it on. Till the time you are not able to pass on what you have achieved to others, there will not be any further growth. There will not be growth for anybody, neither for yourself nor for your team members. So it is very, very important that whatever you have learned in your life, whatever you have achieved in your life, you share with your team, you share with others, and you pass it on, and you
Kamal,
grow your people to a next level also.
yeah, Kamal, what's your take on that?
Yeah, definitely. Like I second to what Sachin is saying is when you are looking to grow, definitely you look your people to grow with you. That's something very, very. I strongly believe that. So may it be real estate or may it be anything. When you are looking for your growth, it has to be a growth of the team. Where you feel that okay, now is the time where you passing on the legacy. And you are moving on and you are creating more leaders under you. So I believe that's really important. That's one way to look at a great leadership or the growth, where you have more replicas of you, and that's how you grow as a team.
Yeah. So, Kamal and Sachin, and that is why I said I deliberately did not mention over there, your growth as a team leader is endless. This statement is absolutely, absolutely true. If you, in real sense, is a leader. But there are so many misconceptions in the market that if somebody is having 5 or 10 realtors who are working with him, the same way Rishi mentioned that people who are working as a realtor, like me even, start claiming that I'm a real estate guru. Whereas they might not know the second aspect of the real estate industry. So what a guru is not somebody, what a mentor is not somebody who's just mentoring himself. A leader is not somebody who just became the leader himself and all other people working under him are just working as followers. Again, guys, with all the humbleness, I would definitely like to mention over here, this is my own personal opinion. And you might have your own opinion onto this, and you have all the rights to disagree with me onto this. My definition of leadership is totally different. And as I said, this is my own definition. Everybody might have their own definition. I personally feel a true leader is who share his vision with his team members and create more leadership into the team. Because bringing more leaders at the forefront is the real leadership. The real leadership is not creating the followership. And that aspect is so deep. That aspect is, I would say, so intense that it might take people, including myself, because I'm just starting learning that aspect. And I personally feel if I have to put myself as a category where I would say I'm a leader, I would say I would 0.01% qualify onto that criteria. 99.9% learning I still have to do to become a good leader. And it's an ongoing process. Learning is an ongoing process. So this could be another aspect of growth. Whereas such in most of the cases I have seen, even as the team leaders, even as the team, you go reach onto a level and then come down. The simple reason behind that is we are making the same mistake as we are making as a realtor, where we are just doing the same stuff which we are doing from last 5 or 10 years. And this is what happens in most of the teams. You reach onto a level where you are built up a team, but what next? Now you are doing the same stuff for another 10 years. And you are not sharing, you are not passing your vision to people. Now, I think passing the vision to people is a very challenging job. because not everybody might have the same aspiration, not everybody might have the same goals of life. And Kamal, I will share another interesting story here, which I think was a very was an amazing learning of my life. So what happened? One day I was actually driving with one of my colleagues. His name is Nitin Malik. I'll take little permission from him later on. Before I talk about that story, I can see very interesting comments here from many of the viewers here. Let's see what people are saying. Rutika, very well said, Sachin. It's very important to pass on what you have learned. Growth comes from sharing your knowledge and helping others to grow. Thank you, Rutika, for sharing such an good thought process and endorsing what Sachin said. Again, out of those realtors, there's one example where realtor had a 5 to 6 people team a couple of years ago, and today all team members left as this particular realtor was not sharing knowledge and profit with them. Thank you, Rishi, for putting up all those real life examples. We have never met, but I would definitely love to meet with you because your thought process seems to be very encouraging. Kanika says, Kanika, thank you very much. She joins us from India. Kamal, we might be running short of time today. Can we extend it for 5 minutes if you permit? You and
Yeah, we started late.
busy people. I have lots of time, so I
We
need to
started
give you
late.
permission.
Yeah, we have to end at 1:05. Yeah,
105?
yeah.
Okay. Rutika is again replying to Rishi. Yes, that happens the most. So what Mr. Sachin said is completely true. One needs to share his experience and knowledge and help his team to grow. Give your team a vision to perform with lots of space. Very true, Kanika, and I really admire. And this is what I'm learning with time. People need space. People need space to degrow. So sometimes you just let them give the space to degrow because you cannot share your vision with everybody. You cannot pass down your vision to everyone. Sometimes you have to do that aspect as well. But yes, it's very, very important. And I think that's the only way when you can grow more team leaders, that you have to give them space to grow. I personally agree with you. And I think that part I need to learn a lot. Okay, so Kamal, what we were talking? We were talking about the team leads. So sharing the vision and encouraging people on daily basis, motivating them, keeping their morale high is very, very important aspect of the leadership. Because we as human beings, we as, I would say, uh, people love their own comfort zone. And it's so easy to bring our morale down if somebody just come and do a little act of nuisance. I have seen people freaking out. Just imagine, how can you become a leader if you just freak out on a little nuisance in your surrounding? So come on, I was sharing that interesting story about Nitin and myself. So I was going with Nitin, and Nitin joined SaveMax pretty much like 1.5 year or 2 years at that time. And I got a little agitated and I got a little frustrated. And I said, Nitin, why the heck you guys don't understand that we can build up this company to maybe 100 million or 500 million or $1 billion? And first he was a little hesitant to say something, but then he said, Raman, if you don't mind, can I say something? And I said, yes, why not? He said, Raman, when I joined SaveMax, I had a dream. I had a vision for myself that I am going to make $50,000 a year. Look, I am making 100,000. I've got a beautiful house. I have got a beautiful car. I am living my dream. And you are unnecessarily bothering me to take me out of my comfort zone. And Kamal, I was really shocked and surprised to hear the fact of life. And I said, yes, Nitin, that is so true. But what can I do? I have a personal problem with myself. I always thought give people what is best for them. But I think that is such a wrong thought process. We should not give people what is best for them. Give them what they want and they are more than happy. But no, I personally feel still that is not the right approach to your team. Because if you are leading, I'll put that example as a parents. Many times we get our kids and say, you know what? I want to do this, I want to do that. But as a parents, we know because of our experience, because we have lived the life better than that. I would not say better, but I would say a bigger life or longer life than that. So sometimes we know those things with our experience that, you know what, they are doing something wrong. But I think there comes the maturity of the parenthood as well. That as a parent, we have to create the balance of advice and suggestion, and we have to create the balance of giving them the liberty to make their own decisions. And I think this word balance is very important aspect of life. And the same thing applies in leadership. We have to have the right balance of directing people and giving them the liberty to make their own independent calls so that they can learn the real aspects of life. Right? So this balance, I think, is the most important term here. Kamal, your take onto this.
Yeah, Raman, I agree to that part about the vision but again, one thing we have to agree that not everyone who is going to work with us will have the same thought process, So, that is where the difference is, and it is always going to be there. Because if we have 100 people, I would say maybe 30 or 40 will align to because that passion is always there in few people to, go and grow. But definitely the other people who don't have that doesn't make them, I would say, somewhere less, because that's the way they feel the things as, okay, if I have a dream of making 200,000, it's good, right? But the gap is between them and the successful is that's what, the person who is with a passion, with a vision, is making a gap, and he is increasing and he is achieving his goals, right? So I would say we will always get both the set of people, maybe third set may also exist, that they will feel that, okay, they want to be there, and they just come with I agree to what Sachin sometimes say is, some people who come to us, they want to have a check ready for them rather than they putting their effort, that they say that, like, okay, they are coming for the leads, and they say that's not a lead, they want a check from us, So even we get that sort of people also who don't want to put effort but still want to have results coming to them,
Kamal, I got something interesting here, and I apologize to you for that. Rishi says, Raman, here you go wrong that we never met. We did met in Sachin's office where you handshake with me and left. So sorry for that, Rishi. Somehow, and you're right. You know what happens when the person is getting younger and younger, their memory gets a little bit. You know how kids' memory is, and he says, "Kamal, I just gave you a point." Raman always say that he's younger than you, and look here, he forgot. Kamal, I have another interesting comments over here. I missed them somewhere. Where is, yes, Trilog says this is a different kind of leadership here, where somebody's agreeing with somebody, right? So Trilog says, I agree with Rutika's comments as she's my wife, and wife is always right. So this is another leadership, right? Great. Okay, we are getting something from Mr. Raj. Hi guys, can you please advise me that this is good time to sell home? I have time till 2023. How you predict market in 2023? Raj, this is a little out of the topic question, but I would still love to answer. I can tell you market in 2023 is still gonna be very great. The way things are happening, but again, it's almost like 2.5 years we are talking. You never know, especially look at this pandemic. It actually has changed the thought process of people, and market is very unpredictable. But the way the foundation of the market is, the way the strength of the market is, I can very well assure you, market is going to be on a very strong footing in 2023. But if you are willing to get a little bit more detailed opinion, you can of course get in touch with Sachin. I will definitely would love to share his number after during this show sometime. So Kamal, we were talking about growth as a team leader, right? Which this statement, your growth as a team leader is endless, is right and as well as wrong as well. Now, how can you make sure that your growth as a team leader is endless? That you can do when you have that entrepreneurial mindset. This is the important aspect, guys. Now, there is something which is called as a pseudo entrepreneurship, where people get a misconception that they are entrepreneurs, and there is something which is called as a true entrepreneurship. And entrepreneurship, my definition, my learning of that entrepreneurship is if you are working on a new idea or if you are working on the old idea, but in a newer way. So there are two paths which somebody can follow. One path is being there as a stagnant realtor and be there as a realtor after 5, 10, 20 years. And the second path is an entrepreneurship where I think your growth, your potential exploration, and your career can have endless opportunities for you to experience and experiment new things of your life. Now, it all depends which part you would like to choose. Kamal, I would like to mention people very clearly, very openly. If they want to become a realtor, they can join any brokerage. If you want to become an entrepreneur, then we have the doors open for you. Am I right, Kamal?
Oh yeah, definitely. We have a lot of opportunities, and I could see that, in this, I would sometimes call it as a race, because few people are thinking and few people are taking action. Like that's
Yes.
what I feel right now. When I meet with entrepreneur, I met someone today in the morning, and he came and closed the thing for Etobicoke. Someone I met yesterday, he's going and closing it for London. So I was like, these are the people who are again with the same mindset, but they're taking action. There are few people who are thinking, and I spoke to someone 6 months back. Again, he came day before yesterday to me talking about. I said, see, like things change. The time is changing, so you have to be really fast enough. You have to plan yourself. You either you can sit and just think and really can think, and there are few people who just think and act upon it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Rajkumar is saying, I remember you said last April market will shoot, and you were right. Yes, Raj, and I think I was one of those few people who predicted the market in the right way. And again, I had my own logics, and I'm happy that all those predictions come true. So anyway, guys, I think I'm pretty sure you might have liked today's discussion, and thank you very much for joining for today's show. Kamal gave me permission to extend the show to the next 5 minutes, and Kamal, thank you very much for your humbleness, for your greatness, for giving me those extra 5 minutes as a bonus for me. But I'm still trying my level best to accommodate you in next 2 to 3 minutes, so that we can let people go out. It is such a beautiful weather outside. I know it's not very sunny, but I think the temperature is really good, and I'm pretty sure people might be enjoying. We have to work a lot, Kamal. I know we have scheduled all our meetings and everything, and we are working on building up such a wonderful plans to take SaveMax to the international level. I know this journey is not going to be easy, and I personally go back to 2010 when we launched SaveMax, and I think I'm living that life again, because I think we are restarting SaveMax one more time as an organization, as uh, a vision to take this brand onto the international level. There are a lot many people who have already joined hands with us, and there are many who are willing to, but because of one or the other reason, they are hesitant to get in touch with us. But Kamal, if they get out of their hesitation, how they should reach you after getting out of their hesitation? What is the way to reach you?
Oh, I'm always available, Raman, on 416-333-8747. And see, I am available all 24 cross 7, all 7 days of the week. Anyone can call me on Sunday, Saturday, doesn't matter to me, or any of the holidays. I attend all my calls. I am always available. So we can always have a chat. Yeah.
That's great. Thank you very much, guys. And this is Kamal Thomas' number 416-333-8747. And Sachin, would you like to share your number as well?
Yes, Raman, my number is 647-219-3914.
And that's right, guys. So this is Sachin's number 647-219-3914. And thank you very much for such a wonderful participation in today's discussion. I really appreciate all your comments. It really gives us a lot of good thought process and learning. Stay safe, stay healthy, and make sure this is a long weekend. Enjoy a lot of time with your friends, family members virtually. Very, very important. Yeah, with your family members, it's still good. But friends, you need to meet them virtually still because Doug Ford says so.
But the good news is that at least the golf courses and the tennis courts are open now.
Yeah. We have a tennis court open already.
Sachin, but imagine it's going to rain. That side is open.
He's very smart, huh? All right. So, Kamal, 30 seconds for you, 30 seconds for Sachin.
Sachin, you start first.
First of all, again, Raman, Kamal, he just want to regroup his thoughts and then bring them up. Okay, so Raman mentioned that if you want to become a realtor, join any other brokerage, and if you want to become an entrepreneur, join SaveMax. I'll go a step ahead. If you want to stay just as a realtor, join at any other brokerage. But if you want to become a successful realtor, successful mentor, successful team lead, and then successful businessman, SaveMax is a place for you to join. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the weather. Thank you very much.
And work hard. Weekend is
And work hard. You're going to work hard for it.
Yes, Kamal.
Yeah, I would say anyone and everyone is welcome to give me a call. We can always discuss. We can discuss more in detail about how we can help you to be, bigger part of as an entrepreneur. How you can again gain something out of our journey. We are passionately expanding our network across the country and across the globe. And yeah, someone is like, I get a lot of queries regarding the location. I would say only 2 locations are remaining in Peel, the one in Brampton, one in Mississauga. One is almost getting full. Etobicoke, we have 1 location left. So someone really looking to join hands and looking to have a franchisee in any of these locations, do let us know. And otherwise, we are expanding into London and Hamilton now. And I'm meeting some people in London next week. So you can just give me a call and we can discuss more.
Perfect. That's great. Thank you very much, guys, for joining for today's show. Have an amazing day ahead, and we will see you next week, same time, 12 o'clock, with some more interesting discussion. If you like it, please don't hesitate to appreciate it or like our Facebook page. Thank you very much. Have an amazing day.